Welcome to Para That's Not Normal, and if this is your first time stopping by, I'm Robin, and I thought I would go through another Oracle card deck. This one is called the Daemon Tarot. Since we're kind of on that whole getting into King Solomon's stuff, as I've done in the last video or two, I thought now would be an ideal time to go through the Daemon Tarot. So the Daemon Tarot, summon the power of infernal beings to guide you on your path. For the 1863 6th edition of this Dictionnaire Infernal, a volume filled with entries about magic and the occult, demonologist Jacques-Auguste Simon Colin de Plancy commissioned over 500 unique engravings, including 69 signed illustrations by Louis Breton, mostly compelling portraits of named demons. Now, Arthur Ariana Osborne has created a match set of 69 cards out of Breton's works and written a companion book of illustrated entries for each. These entries detail each demon's attributes compiled not only from the Dictionnaire, but from a variety of other sources. Osborne's own interpretations and insights into the subject of each card, and focus meanings to use in a traditional one-card draw or 6-card spread. The next best thing to dragging a demon into your living room to answer all of your questions. Well, this is interesting because I would have thought there'd be 72 because of the 72 Goetic Demons. This is 69. You get a deck of 69 cards and a 160-page book, including interpretations of each card that can be applied to a variety of life experiences, from making major financial decisions to general daily guidance. So this is a low-frequency deck that I thought we could explore for fun. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, and I don't know if these are going to be Goetic. Because actually Citri's kind of near and dear to my heart, because he actually appeared. Only because there's situations around me of low frequency beings, people that brought forth, yeah, okay, these are Goetic. Alright. We're gonna go through these.
So you get a really nice book. You get a really, it's like a thick, nice sized book. It looks like it is, geez, like over 140 pages. And inside, it gives you a little background. It looks like you get your annotation. Oh, this is actually quite neat. So, like, for instance, let me pick one here. Astaroth. In the annotation section, it'll say, oh, poor Astaroth, no one has wronged more than he. Just ask him. He remembers all the details of the fall, the separation of heaven and hell, and will not hesitate to tell you how he certainly deserves to be punished for choosing the wrong side. So, I mean, it's clever. And then inspiration. Sometimes we really are wronged by circumstances or by others, and sometimes we only feel that way, but when we dwell on a slight, real or imagined, to the exclusion of all else, we will eventually lose the sympathy of everyone. And divination. Beware of all milking of perceived wrong or victim status to the point at which others begin to lose sympathy and avoid the complainer. So I see what this is. So this deck, probably what it'll do is it will probably identify maybe where you're faulting. Maybe it's a little bit like shadow work, or it'll you know, explore some of your darker elements that you aren't aware of, so that you can better pursue more positive things. That's where I think this deck is going, and that is actually really cool. Okay, so let's go over some of these cards and get a little lesson in demonology. So we got Gamori. is Duke of Hell with 26 military units under his command. He manifests as a delicate and feminine being riding a camel, similar in appearance to Paimon. Habarim is a Duke of Hell in command of 26 military units. He carries a torch and has 3 heads in the center, that of a man, on the left a serpent, and on the right a cat. Ipez, Prince and Duke of Hell with 36 military units under his command. He appears with the head and the feet of a goose, the mane of a lion, and the tail of a hare. Lamia was once a beautiful queen whose grief over the loss of her children turned her into a monster. Lamia is also refers to later monsters, women who rob graveyards to feed on the dead. Lechis are Slavic forest spirits whose physical forms are part goat, part man. They may manifest in any size they like, form as tall as trees to small enough to hide in the grass. Leonard, Grandmaster of the Witches' Sabbats. He may take many forms, including a black bird or withered tree, but most often manifests as a man with the head of a goat and 3 horns. And of course, Lucifer, light bearer. Lucifer is a fallen angel whose name is also that of the morning star, the planet Venus, which is also known as the bringer of dawn. He's a king of hell who appears as a beautiful child. Malphus is a president of hell who has governance over 40 legions of demons. Demonographers write that he may manifest in the appearance of a man or a raven, and that his voice is harsh in either form. Mammon. Mammon is the personification of greed, and he allegedly taught mankind how to strip mine the mountains for gold and other treasures. His name comes from an Aramaic word for material wealth. Marchosius, once of the angelic order of dominions, is now a Marquis of Hell with 36 military units under his command. He may appear as a wolf with eagle wings and the tail of a snake. Melcham is not one of the titled members of the infernal monarchy. Instead, he holds a civic position, that of paymaster to the servants of hell. He counts the gold and holds the purse. Moloch is the Moloch is the exiled god king of the Ammonites. His ancient idols, which also served as crucibles for his living sacrifices, depicted him as a thorned king with the head of a calf. Mykael was a witch of Thessaly, a region of ancient Greece known for its magic. She is shown here performing one of the most notable magical rituals of witchcraft, drawing down the moon. That's actually a pretty card. Okay, Nikar are spirits of the rivers, lakes, and oceans of Europe. Although they may sometimes be mischievous or cruel, they have also been known to save drowning men. That looks like Citri, but it doesn't say so here. Nibis, perhaps the fallen Babylonian god of wisdom who was once called Nabu. He does not hold a position of respect in hell, although he is in charge of visions and dreams. Orobas is a prince of hell who never lies. His true form is that of a horse, but he may manifest in the human shape when summoned. There are 20 military units at his command. Paimon King of Hell, who manifests as a man with a feminine face astride a camel, commands 200 fallen angels, half previously the heavenly order of powers. Picolis is a Prussian spirit of the underworld. According to some legends, he is a ruler of the land of the dead, but in other tales, he plays a more sinister role when he appears at a deathbed. Pruflas is a prince and duke of hell. In command of 26 military units, demonographers claim that he may manifest in the form of a man with the head of an owl or a lion. Raovart is a singular creature of which we know very little, save that he is a companion of Satan, and that in the basket on his back he carries the souls of the curmudgeons. Ribesal. Ribesal is a guardian spirit of the giant mountains of Central Europe. He commands the thunder and lightning and is quick to take offense to the use of his name. Oops. Okay. Renov is a Marquis of Hell whose appearance is simply described by demonologists as monstrous. He is a gifted speaker in command of 19 military units. And here he is picking his nose. Sabbat. The Sabbats are the gatherings of witches for ritual or celebration. They may occur during the nights of the full moons, at the changes of seasons, and when a coven wishes to gather for the strength and communion. Skox is a Marquis of Hell with the 30 legions under his command. He appears as a stork with a rasping voice, but if summoned into a magical triangle, that's the triangle outside of the Solomon Circle, his voice becomes clear and sweet. Stolas. Okay, Stolas is a prince of hell with the command of 26 military units. Demonologists state that he may manifest as a human when summoned, but his true form is that of an owl. It's kind of cute. Tap. Tap was once of the Heavenly Order of Powers. He is now a high prince who commands 66 military units in addition to his position as a ruler and advisor of 4 of the kings of hell. Torngarsuk. Torngarsuk is an Inuit god who watches over the fishermen of Greenland. He may appear as a bear or a one-armed man, and he also speaks with the familiar spirits of the village shamans. Ukobak. Ukobak is not one of the ruling class in hell. He is charged with the maintaining the oil in the boilers of the underworld, and it is claimed that he should be credited with the invention of fried food. Oops, hot wing eaters. Okay, Volak. Volak is a president of hell with 30 legions as command. He takes the form of a beautiful child with the wings of an angel, and he rides a 2-headed dragon. Voal was once of the Angelic Order of Powers, now a Duke of Hell in command of the 36 military units. He appears in the form of dromedary. Witch's Round. The Witch's Round is a ritual dance that often involves leaping, whirling, and spinning wildly around the fire. 3 is a number of power, and the dance is often performed in steps of 3. This, I think, is the adaptation. I don't think that some of these are like Goetic, but some of this is not. Like, for instance, that one looked like Citri. Here, my Citri. But he's not. So I don't know. This might be adaptation. Zapfan. Zapfan was once an angel, but he advocated setting fire to heaven and was cast out for his rebellious suggestion. Now he constantly maintains the furnaces of hell with his bellows. Gantian Tan is a spirit of the night from Brittany. He carries 5 candles on his 5 fingers with which he can offer a traveler aid or lure them from the path. Zabos is a count of hell in command of 36 military units, or 30 military units. He has a kind and peaceful nature, and he manifests in the form of an armed soldier riding a crocodile. Belphegor is a fallen angel and the Duke of Hell. He is described by demonographers as a handsome knight carrying a lance and standard, having 60 military units under his command. Abraxas is an ancient god whose name gave us the mystical word abracadabra. The demonographers made him into a demon with the head of a king and snakes instead of feet. Adramelech was an ancient sun god in the twin cities of Sepharvaim. He was later designated as a ruling demon of hell with the head of a mule and some aspects of a peacock. Agers was once a member of the Angelic Order of Virtues, now a Grand Duke of the Eastern region of Hell with 30 legions at his command. Alastor, strict executioner, carries out the sentences passed down from the rulers of Hell. The word Alastor may also refer to any avenging spirit, to the personification of wrathful justice. Alosair is a Duke of Hell with 36 military units under his command. He appears as a knight riding an enormous steed. His face is like a lion's with a ruddy complexion and fiery eyes. Amdusius is a Duke of Hell and commanded 29 legions. He conducts invisible instruments in melodious concert with the tree bow to his voice. Ammon is a fire-breathing Marquis of Hell. He has the body and teeth of a wolf and the tail of a serpent and the head of an owl. 40 military units are at his command. Andros is Marquis of Hell and commanded 30 military units. He carries a pointed sword, rides a large black wolf. Demonologists describe him as having the body of an angel with the head of an owl. Asmodeus is a lustful king of hell with 3 heads, one a bull, another a ram, and the third a man breathing fire. He walks with a limp and rides a lion with the wings and neck of a dragon. Astaroth. These are the Goetic Demons. Astaroth is a Duke of Hell with the face of an angel. He rides a winged beast, and the 40 military units are under his command. Azazel was appointed by demonologists as a guardian of the goats for his traditional part in the rite of the scapegoat. He is shown here holding Satan's imperial flag as per John Milton's description. Baal is called the first king of hell by demonologists and has 66 military units under his command. He manifests wearing 3 heads, a cat, a frog, a crowned man with a hoarse voice. Now, if you notice, there's a lot of references to 3 and 6 in these. 6, 66, 36. Balin's king of hell, who sometimes appears as a three-headed creature, man, bull, and ram, but more often prefers to manifest as a naked man riding a bear and carrying a hunting hawk. That's not something you see every day. Barbatos was once of the Angelic Order of Virtues, but is now a count and Duke of Hell with the 30 military units under his command. He appears as a hunter, and 4 kings sound their horns as his approach. Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies, very powerful chief of hell, is described by demonographers sometimes as a giant fly, sometimes as having a human appearance. Behemoth Behemoth is the lord of gluttony and the high cupbearer of hell, but some demonologists claim he is nothing more than a terrible but simple beast. He may look like an elephant or some extinct creature. Belphegor is a lord of hell associated with the deadly sin of sloth. His worshippers, according to demonologists, give offerings to him while taking their daily rest on the toilet. I'm surprised that this particular one hasn't made himself known to me with the kind of people I have around me daily. Anyways, Berith. Berith is a Duke of Hell with the 26 military units under his command. Demonographers describe him as a soldier riding a red steed. Beriva is very loosely based on legends of Barava. He is described by Colin de Plancy as a demon with long and terrible nails who holds a position of power among the demons of the air. Brooms. Yeah, this is adaptation. I was hoping it would be Goetic. Brooms are an old and powerful symbol and tool of witchcraft. They are traditional vehicles for magical travel, essential elements of various rituals, and useful for sweeping up dust. Why this is in this deck, I do not know. But we're just going to keep going with this. Buer. Buer is a president of hell with 50 military units under his command. Demonographers describe him as either taking the shape of Sagittarius or having the head of a lion and 5 legs. Buffonite. The toadstone is a magical stone said to grow within the head of a live toad. Within the head of a live toad. The stone, harvested from a creature who was used as an ingredient in the many poisons, was said to be powerful antidote. Okay. Kakrinolos is a president of hell with 36 military units under his command. According to demonographers, he's most often manifest in the form of a winged dog. Oh God, if my dogs had wings, I'd be in trouble. Kali. Kali's a demon queen whose appearance and description are very loosely based on the Hindu legends of the goddess Kali. Her skin is as black as midnight and she wears a necklace of golden skulls. Kame is a fallen angel and president of hell with the 36 military, I keep wanting to say 36, with 30 military units under his command. He manifests as a blackbird or as a man carrying a sharp sword. Cerebus is a Marquis of Hell with 29 military units under his command. He may appear in the guise of a raven or a 3-headed dog, and his voice is hoarse. Dumas is based on old sailors' tales of questionable veracity. She wears a crown, has 4 horns, 4 teeth. That's attractive. Her hands are strong and clawed, and her legs are those of a rooster. She sounds like a real pretty lady. Uri Nome. Uri Nome is a prince of death, not to be confused with the legendary Titanus of the same name. He feeds upon the corpse of the dead and wears the pelt of a fox to cover his sore-covered skin. Flaga. Flaga is a Scandinavian fairy or possibly a very powerful sorceress whose domain is the air. She has an eagle for a steed. Flavros is a Duke of Hell and a Grand General with 20 military units under his command. He takes the form of a leopard, and even in human guise, his eyes are full of fire. Forecast is a knight and president of hell with the 29 military units under his command. He rides a pale horse, carries a lance, and demonographers say he has a long white beard. Ho, ho, ho. Furfur, not related to the Furby, is a Count of Hell with 26 military units under his command. He appears as a winged hart with a rough voice, and he must be confined in a magical triangle before he will speak the truth. That's triangle outside Solomon's circle. Ganga Grama May have been loosely based on some Hindu legends, but with much lost or changed in translation. He has, according to Colin Duplancy, forearms, and he carries a bowl and fork. Garuda. Garuda is based on the legends of the Hindu aspect of the same name. He has a body that is great, magnificent bird, powerful enough to carry the god Vishnu, and his head is that of a handsome man. All right, well, that is the Daemon Tarot, the Forbidden Wisdom of the Infernal Dictionary. And I don't know, I kind of would have liked to have it all been Goetic Demons. That would have, like, but I mean, they didn't even have some of the, I mean, they have many Goetic Demons in here, but they threw in some other stuff that just, I don't know. I guess they're trying to be across the board. So that is this deck, and it'd be really interesting because this deck you would want to use with this book, because there's a certain intention here of almost like taking what these negative aspects are and revealing that negative aspect about yourself when you're going into a certain situation. So I could actually see this being a really good divination deck for revealing what you need to overcome that is of a negative nature, or what negative situations may be thrown at you that you just you're not looking at because maybe you're too optimistic. So this is actually a really great idea, and I'm looking forward to pulling some of these cards. All right, well, thank you for joining me, and see you next time.